Boy, I tell you what, every day I gotta look on the internet and everybody talking about how Bannon is dirty, huh? You don't know, the only thing dirty is a trail of dirty diapers you crybabies leaving by bitching and complaining about how I play. Alright? Name is Sam Bennett. You don't like how I play, that's fine, but let me tell you something, boy, huh? We gonna be whooping ass in the playoffs.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, come on. That still wasn't good enough. All right, Panther fans. Was that Shays? I need the All-Star break too as well. So, Panthers got the Islanders tonight. Last game before the break, obviously. Like I said, we win the last 4. We're 13-2-2 heading into the break. And you know, we're playing good, but I think everybody knows that we can play better, and that's okay. Give ourselves something to aim for when we come back from the break. No Bubba tonight. Bubba gets a night off, a well-earned night off. Stolars is in. And if there's one player on this team that has consistently improved, it is Anthony Stolars, especially to take into consideration, you know, every once in a while, goalie's going to have a bad game and everything, but if you look at the previous statistics in his career, he had been so wildly up and down and inconsistent, and now he has been, I'm not going to praise him, the game hasn't started, so I can say this, but he has been consistently consistent with the rare exception. His rebound control has gotten better, and I think we just all feel real comfortable with him on the ice. Now I'm going to assume, I haven't seen anything to the contrary, I'm going to assume Sam Skevich is going to get onto the ice tonight, even though Lockwood is back from his suspension. Don't know if Lockwood's in. I don't know if Maurice took my suggestion to put Gadjevich on ice, off the ice, and Lockwood in for fresh. Doesn't matter. It doesn't. I'm not sitting there saying that we should whip up on the Islanders, but this is the team that we should win. This is certainly not a game that we should lose to head into the All-Star break. Now, I know it's the second of a back-to-back on the road. It's not like it's a long trip from Pittsburgh to, you know what I mean? They kind of probably could, they can just only take an Uber, you know what I mean? So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Did see something about Maurice saying we haven't had a lot of breaks or something like that, and it's a grind. He says that every day, okay? That dude wakes up every morning and is brushing his teeth like, well, it's a grind to brush my teeth, but we got to do it. You know what I mean? I love you, Paul, but not everything is as hard as you make it out to be sometimes. What do you need to see from the defense tonight? Notice to send the defense. The offense, I think, will be fine. The Islanders' defense has not been real good. In terms of the defense, play a nice, consistent 60 minutes, okay? Ekblad, stay out of the box. Montour, buy some new shoes. Get some new shirts. Buy some new underwear. Get a haircut. Shave your ass. Get a Manscaped kit. Do something. Anything to change the juju in terms of how you're playing. You're not bad, but it's like going to see Daryl Hall in concert and you end up with John Oates. You know what I mean? You like him, but it ain't the same. This is not the same guy from last year. So I'd like to see him pick it up, maybe get a goal, settle his ass down before the All-Star break. And, of course, with Ekblad, just stop tripping guys, okay? Some of the other calls have been kind of weak and everything, but I'll say it again. I say it all the time. I'll say it again. Ekblad, if he is in position and he has the opponent in front of him, he is a very good, solid NHL defenseman. As soon as that player is past him and he has to start chasing or reaching, it's as though Keith Yandel had a baby with Mike Matheson. That's what you got. All right, Panthers. 2. All right, so no score after 1. I can summarize that first period by saying, wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good either. It picked up a little bit towards the end of the period, But, you know, both of these teams, you can kind of tell. What a difference, though. I will say this. Pittsburgh is chasing in the playoff race. And last night, they came out immediately ready to play. The crowd was wild. Pittsburgh was involved and into it. And they kind of brought us into the game with them. Tonight, I think I heard the Islanders are 4 points out of a playoff spot, and you would think by the atmosphere in the building and the play on the ice that these guys are, you know, we're 15 points out completely. There's like no life in the building. There's no life on the ice. I mean, it's excused for us. We're in second place, and we're on the second of a back-to-back on the road, which we should kind of look like ass. But you kind of get the feeling like if the Islanders were playing like the Penguins were last night, we'd be getting our asses kicked because we kind of look ready to get on the plane and go back home. And who can blame them, right? They get to spend a week on the beach. All right, let's move on to second period. All right, so now we're tied at 1 after 2. Sam Reinhart with goal 8,576,422 at 8 years apiece. And then we give up 1 shot on goal throughout the whole period, or at least the first shot on goal goes in, and it's 1-1. And couldn't exactly see what happened on that play. I saw Ekblad kind of lose his man a little bit, but somebody, a couple people in the chat said Verhaeghe decided to not get to the puck. I didn't see that part, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. So, it got a little bit exciting there towards the end of the period. We put it on a little bit. The way I describe this game is as follows. If the electricity were to go out right now and they had to cancel the game and they left it up to the players whether or not to just call it as is or to finish it off tomorrow, I suspect that everybody would say, let's go home and go to bed and call it as is. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's the last game before the All-Star break, and you can definitely tell. Definitely tell. All right, that said, can't praise goaltender during the middle of the game. Stay out of the box. Maybe draw another couple of penalties. We did look decent on that power play. And please, let's just finish this off. No overtime, no shootout, and give me 2.
We are going to overtime!
Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, and 2 points. Yes! All right. We are 13-2-2, just like I requested 4 games ago. Heading into the All-Star break, we get 4 points back-to-back on the road against teams desperate for points in the playoff race. You cannot ask for anything more out of Bubba. You can't ask for anything more out of Stolars. The only player on the ice that you could really ask for more from is our poor, dejected, snake-bitten friend, Brandon Montour. That dude, I started to feel bad for him. He just can't hit the net. Don't bring him fishing, okay? Do not bring Brandon Montour fishing because the fish are going to be there, and if you hand him the net, he is not going to know what to do with it. It's just not going to happen for him right now. He'll eventually break out of that slump. So, and by the way, before I forget, the game-winning goal, well, the second goal, the goal that should have been game-winning goal if we wouldn't have given up a goal with a minute left again-ish. Mackie Samoskevich drew himself a penalty. I kept calling for him to be on the power play. I was kind of half kidding. But we buried a puck on that one, and we had the lead. Again, we lose the lead late. I'm not going to be overly concerned about that, like that's some sort of habit or anything. Again, Pittsburgh Islanders, desperate. They're playing desperate at the end of games, and we're just kind of hanging on for dear life. We get the 2 points both times. What a beautiful set of circumstances in overtime. Stolars gets the puck, moves it along right to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, OEL, 2-on-1. Beautiful pass from Erod, and Larson buries the puck, unlike our friend Brandon Montour, who would have shot high and wide and it would have come out the other way. So, what else did we see tonight? Since the change that happened on the channel, I've been trying to praise Ekblad. And for a short period of time, it was working. And now it's not like he's bad, okay? I mean, we're giving up 1-2 goals a game. So I'm not going to go back to bitching about Ekblad. But every time I think he is going to have an upward arc and returning to form, it kind of just like peters out. It's like he'll have a good 3 or 4 or 5 games, and then you think, oh, he's going to keep getting better and keep getting better, and he just kind of evens out to where, you know, there'll be decisions to be made when it comes time to re-up his contract in a couple of years. Not terrible, not bad. I think we can still win with him. We don't really have, I mean, I don't know if you'd want Larson up there with Forsling. It's not really a problem. It's just, I hate seeing him not be what we all thought he could be. We'll put it that way. He struggles so much when he has to reach and chase guys. It's just night and day between the difference of when he's in position versus when he's out of position. Coach made a little bit of change, put Samoskevich back with Lundell, Luosterainen, and then put Reinhart back up with Barkov. Reinhart gets a goal. Samoskevich draws a penalty. So, I mean, that kind of worked out, right? Both goals came as a result of those line changes somewhat. So, not too concerned there. Now, I know I've said I think Samoskevich is ready, and it's a nuanced opinion. I do feel like on most any other team, 20 of the other teams in the NHL, he would be ready. I'm not saying he's not ready, but I don't think Maurice is going to keep him up because he's not producing. And I think that when you take everything into consideration, I would love to see him stay. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I would love to see him stay. But I don't think Maurice is going to want to roll into the playoffs with him just yet. And so I suspect that he's going to be sent back down during the break. And we might see him again. Okay, he might become one of the forwards off the bench. All right, when we add players to the roster for the playoffs. But I don't think that we're going to see Maurice and Zito count on him as a fixture in the top 9 unless we lose guys to injuries, and it's a must. I'm not saying I don't want to get rid of him or anything like that. No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we are not in the position with Tippett. He had 40-something games the first year and then 40-something games the year before we traded him. We gave him time and room to develop. I don't think Maurice is going to do that, and there's part of me that doesn't like it, part of me that agrees, but the bottom line is if he stays up, he's going to have to score, he's going to have to do some things to keep himself in the lineup, but like I said, I suspect he's going to get sent back down, and then when we come back, you're probably going to see Cousins and Lockwood and that crew again, which is not the end of the world. Certainly we saw enough of Samoskevich to know he's not going to solve that scoring problem that we had on that line. Still would like to see him stay, but I'm prepared for what the inevitable seems like it's going to happen there. Other than that, man, look, we'll just do this. Just do this. This is a completely different situation than we were in last year at the All-Star break. And this is the first time, really, let's be honest, Panther fans. Even if you go all the way back to day one, okay, the President's Trophy season, even though we were like we were the best team and all of that, we were still sitting here saying, can this style sustain us through the playoffs? Can we really keep this style during the playoffs? There was questions, right? We've never hit the All-Star break like this, feeling as confident about our team as we are right now with the expectations and the confidence. And we're winning games, and we know we've got other levels that we can play better. And we've got, the goaltending, I can say it now, right? I think the stat before the game for Stolars was the best goals against in hockey of all the NHL goalies on the road. I think that was the stat that they said, something similar to that. So I mean, we're just, I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I'm not making predictions, but if this franchise is going to win a cup, I mean, this year and then the next year too, but this year, I mean, the opportunity is as there as you couldn't ask for anything more. You could ask for maybe one more forward to put in the top 9. That's it. You couldn't ask for better goaltending. Couldn't ask for more depth on defense, more experience, better combination of speed and grit and tenacity. You couldn't ask for the coach is the right guy. I mean, you just could not. You could not look at this roster and really point to anything other than that one spot next to Lundell and Luosterainen and say, I'd like a guy that could score more. You can't even complain about the defense coming off of that line. So, just, that's it. That's it. That's all I got to say, man. It was just a beautiful, beautiful way to end things. Now, the review will be live at noon tomorrow. Tomorrow I will make a community post. Tomorrow? Yeah, I'll try to make the community post tomorrow. We're busy because Kyle and I will be streaming both the AFC and NFC Championship games on Flying Fluffy Football. And there will be alcohol and pancakes. So those streams should definitely be interesting. I'm not going to... First of all, we are streaming both Saturday and Sunday, or is it Friday and Saturday? I think it's Friday and Saturday. The All-Star Skills and the All-Star Game. We're definitely streaming that. I'm going to try to run a couple of streams, at least 2 streams during the week. I might just do a couple of noon streams, maybe a night stream. The point is that I know that there's no games, and I'm going to give Kyle the week off. But I'm gonna keep working. There will still be content on this channel, just no games. Put it that way. So, okay, I'm ready. Let's 13-2-2 heading into the break. Can't ask for better, Panther fans. This is good. It's really, really good. It's a completely different spot than we were in this time last year. As snug in our beds as second place as we could possibly be. We get 2 points. I'll see you tomorrow at noon.